Welcome, Summoners. Today we will be looking at the Renekton vs Shen matchup. Let's get right into it. Against Shen, my goal is to deny him of CS and build a big CS lead. The way you can do this is to zone him early with a full rage bar. Shen can't exactly trade with Renekton because Renekton does more damage than Shen, and we'll just flat out kill him in a all-in. So Shen will typically farm with his Vorpal Strikes, and we take advantage of this by trying to deny him of every last CS we can. By doing this, we're going to eventually push the wave, but we're going to try and do it as slow as possible, making for the wave to build up as much as possible. And once the wave is really huge, we can look to make a play under tower against him with our stun and maybe a dash. We can look for a jungle gank, or we can try and zone him from, or deny him of some XP. Or, excuse me, CS. So right here we're just slowly pushing the wave, just getting last hits, not pushing it with any of our abilities. If he comes up too close, we'll get in there and trade with him. It won't be much of a trade, he'll probably just try and run away. But we're just making sure we get every last hit, deny him, and slowly push this wave. Now this wave is going to get really, really big because of how slow we're pushing it. And you can also notice that we're going to get a XP advantage because he has far more minions that are still alive than I do. So we can use this to our advantage as well. The minions are going to help us under tower because if he taunts us, the minions will start attacking him. And we can also go under tower and look to trade with our stuns and dashes out. And here he comes in for the taunt. We just get a Q and all the minions attack him. It ends up being a better trade for me, even though I took a tower shot. So because we were so pushed up, I could get nice and aggressive, allowing for my jungler to come for the free kill. Now it's always important to tank the tower as long as you can, because that way your jungler doesn't have to worry about anything funky going on. It didn't actually matter in this case, but sometimes it can. On your first buy, there's two routes to go. You can either go for like a double Doran's and maybe a Brutalizer and go for damage if you're trying to kill him. But the way I play against Shen is I like to build a CS lead and capitalize on him leaving to ult a bottom lane or mid lane or whatever by getting a huge CS lead. So you can go for a Sunfire. That's my normal build against Shen. So here we want to still pressure him, but we actually get into a great spot, and this is really key to notice. There's 3 caster minions against my 3 caster minions, but because it's on his side of the lane, his reinforcements will get there first, and his 3 caster minions will live, making his wave push. So we want to take advantage of this, especially because I'm dumb and I didn't buy a ward, because I just had enough money for a longsword and a Doran's blade. So we're going to let the wave push to us. I make a mistake here and I use my E before I see Shaco, which is really bad. You never want to use your E as Renekton unless you know where the jungler is, because that's like your escape. If you don't have E and you get ganked, you die. Pretty much every time. Unless you can make some ridiculous play. So the gank kind of screwed us up because what I wanted to do was freeze the lane here, but we're not going to be able to do it because he can be aggressive with his minions to support him. So I try and do a cheeky freeze just by, I know he doesn't have a taunt, so I can kind of hold the minions up here a little bit. He ends up trying to come in and fight me, but I use my empowered Q on all the minions. Now notice when I'm trading with him, I'm still getting all the last hits. It's really important. When you're trading with someone, you have to make sure you still try and get your last hits, because that's how you win this lane. So now he is getting zoned because, oh, it looks like he's going to teleport down the bot. So we should capitalize on this and start pushing the wave hard. And alright, yep, here it goes. Looks like we're going to do it. So the way I think of Shen's teleporting is if he gets a kill, I should try and take tower. If he doesn't get a kill, it means he's going to be really far behind, because I'm getting all this CS, I'm getting all this XP, and he either A, saved someone or they died or whatever, and he's got it back and then run all the way back into lane. So I'm going to get, what, 3 waves of CS and XP. Should create a pretty big lead. and possibly get the tower. I end up mistiming everything here, and I missed the tower by like 2 auto attacks, which is pretty unfortunate, but I could have definitely killed it a little faster. But oh well, live and you learn, right? And we're gonna come to another big mistake. I'll show you guys in a second. So right here is a perfect time to back. We have the wave pushed up to his tower. It's gonna reset the wave. We'll be back before it gets to our tower. We won't miss out on a lot. Plus, he just got 2 kills bottom, and he went back and bought items. We haven't bought items in a very long time. So although I have a pretty decent CS lead on him, I'm actually pretty far behind. Because I have all this gold sitting in my pocket, but I'm not actually using it. So he's pretty far ahead of me right now, and we have to play pretty passive. And we don't really get to play on our advantage, our huge CS advantage, and we can't really play aggro and pressure him out of the lane because we didn't go back and buy. We're probably sitting on about 1300 gold right here. Doran's shield is actually really strong against Renekton because my W gets 5 damage blocked from each attack, so it's 3 attacks when it's empowered. That ignite might have seemed dumb, but if he chased me into the bush, I probably would have killed him. I was just buying time for my cooldowns. I didn't really want to fight because it would be really close. But now I can look to pressure him out of the lane. Right here again. Be a really good time to back. But my jungler starts pinging. I don't know Shaco's in this bush. And this ends up looking really dumb. Oh well. That was just really unfortunate. So we come back up top, and we see him TPing the bot. So immediately again, we're going to push as hard as we can. Against Shen, you have a couple choices. You can, like this game, I'm really big. I'm pretty strong, so I can 1v1 him easily. And Shaco can't really do much to Renekton, so I can honestly 2v1 if a gank comes. So what I should be doing is split pushing all day. But you have to, it's still important to group with your team. So right here I'm going to group and do dragon because Shen's going to ult down anyways. So we look to get a good team fight going. Renekton's strength is definitely his mid game. What you want to do in these mid game fights is look for a carry. I found the AP carry, so I just went right for him. End up zoning them out of the fight. Team's trying to finish off the Shen. This is actually a pretty prolonged fight. Let's see. Yeah, and we're still sitting here. I'm full health, so we're trying to see if I can do anything. Looks like I go in. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so we split them off, so they can't actually help these guys. If it was all 4 of them under tower, it could have probably traded really well. But because we split 2 of them under tower and 2 of them far away, they couldn't fight us at all, and they just died and gave us free kills. So after you get kills, it's really important to look for objectives. So whether it's a tower, a blue buff, a red buff, whatever it is, a dragon, you need to get those objectives after you secure kills. This one we decided to grab the free dragon and the bottom tower, which is really, really big gold. Especially after we win a team fight. 3 kills for 0 deaths. Pretty strong. So we pick up the dragon, we go back. And then from this point on, it's really you're itemizing against their entire team, not just one person anymore. Now we're gonna go over a little tip here about overstaying when you're split pushing. I don't have any wards in the upper red area, so I'm not sure where they are. I know I can probably survive Shaco and Shen as long as I can make a couple plays. So we end up dodging the taunt, which is okay. We should be fine right here. But because I overstayed, and mid ends up walking up and killing me. Pretty good play by them, just pretty big fail by me overstaying. So I hope this guide helped you out. Hope you guys learned a little bit. If you enjoyed it, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks guys.